who want to sing will find a song. Good evening, fellow friends and club president. My father actually finished his A-levels in a top Chinese school in Singapore. His Chinese and Mandarin were really excellent. But I recall flipping through his record book and I consistently see red marks in one of subjects, which is English. He never passed his English. My mother is born to a Peranakan family in a small town in Malaysia, and town is called Skamat. It's very well known for the D24 durians. And she spoke mostly Malay at home. So between my parents, how did they get together? It goes a long way back. Both their father were actually childhood friends in Fujian province in China. And that's how they got to know each other. And what is their common language? If they don't want the children to know what they're discussing, it's Malay. Otherwise, it's Hokkien. So at home, basically, my first language at home is actually Hokkien. I spoke Hokkien to my parents, I spoke Hokkien to my siblings. And I remember I watched a lot of Channel 8 on TV when I was young. And the only time I think I spoke English was during the school oral exam. So it also didn't help that I came from Abing school. And most of us but luckily we spoke a lot of Mandarin, we didn't speak Hokkien in school. So I don't know how I ended up in English speaking secondary school. I should have gone to a Chinese school, but I didn't. I went to English speaking school. It was very strong in musical, speech and drama. And they staged a lot of class concerts all the time. And I was given a role to speak, to recite the Shakespeare's stories, I remember in Set 1. And when I went up, I think that was the only time I was given that role because I had to pause at every other word because I don't know how to read English. And then when my classmates speak to me, I have to tell them, can you please slow down because I really couldn't catch what they're saying. But luckily, although the school is one of top school, but the people there, the girls there, they are very supportive and understanding. The school team spirit is very strong. All of us have a common goal. That is, we want all of us to do well for O-levels. So they're very supportive and they're very understanding and they help me along. So there were a few of us from the neighborhood primary school, right? We came together and we said we have to do something. We have to learn how to speak English and we have to learn how to write. So we started writing to each other every day. So we write, there's no rules so we can write about anything. So we write to each other, sometimes go up to 8 to 10 pages long. And we told ourselves, okay, we will quit speaking Mandarin. So we start forcing each other to speak English, and it also helped tremendously when there's a Malay in our group. So we tried to speak English, and that was how it happened, how I learned picking up English. Then the thing is, for me, what I feel is I found the same kind of supportive environment in Money Mastery. This is what I want to link to all of you. I came to the club in 2009. Okay, I wanted to overcome my fear of stage fright, which was really tremendous. And just by joining the club for 1 year, I managed to do that. And I even went on to conduct talks for about 800 people without any fear. And I really find the same supportive environment here that people is very willing to come forth and help. I'm sure for members who have been here recently, some of us have been here for 10 years, some a few years. You can feel the mentorship here. I'm sure you have received help from the members like Jeff, from Mike, Raymond, Chris, Jay, right? The spirit that we have. So what I want to say today is, I have seen some of our members who have break their grounds and done outstanding speeches, but I also saw some members here that have not been doing a lot of speeches. And the objective of my speech today here that I didn't mention just now is actually communicating change. And I would like to actually introduce a few ground rules for everybody here, because I want to help you to achieve your objective of joining a club. That is to learn about leadership and communication. Okay? And the first ground rule that I want to suggest to everybody is be present most of the time. Okay? You shall be present you shall not be absent for no more than 3 meetings in a year. If you have to skip a meeting, okay, replace it with an external meeting. Secondly, do have a speaking role, okay? Do have a speaking role most of the time. That means there should not be more than 3 meetings where you will not have a speaking role. Speaking role is, for example, you do a project speech, evaluation, you do a TTM, or you do a SAA or TME. And lastly, be involved most of the time. Okay, how can you be involved? Okay, by the beginning of the third term, your third term in the club, okay, every member would have taken a leadership role. It can be an exco role, it can be an organizing chair for a contest, or even organizing for events like that. So 3 simple rules, and I don't, if you have seen how the members in the club progress, the older members, you have seen that a lot of them would have achieved all these simple ground rules. And there's a saying, actually, that those who want to sing will find a song. And by continuing to do things, you will actually learn and grow. So, do I have your consensus for the 3 ground rules? By the way, I have not gone through this with the EXCO. It's just my idea, and I just want to see whether you all second the idea. Thank you.